After 2 long months, finally the Scottish Premiership, the Scottish football is back, and I cannot wait for our first game to get underway. Welcome back, guys, to Son of Scotland TV, and finally we are here. This summer took a while. It might have been hot, we might have got good weather, but there wasn't much on. We had boring Formula 1 races, we had Women's World Cup football that nobody cares about or wants to watch. It's been a pretty uneventful summer, but finally Scottish football is back, the Premiership is back, and Hearts are back. And on the opening day, we're taking on St Johnstone in Perth, and I think this is probably the best tie we could hope for. Why? Because A, St Johnstone are shite, and B, I've predicted St Johnstone to go down. Yes, I think St Johnstone will finish 12th this season, so I am more than happy to be getting them on the opening day. Plus, if you look at St Johnstone's form, they're not exactly doing great, are they? No, they're losing to teams that, in all honesty, they probably shouldn't even be playing against, never mind losing against. I mean, come on. How the heck are they losing to Stenhousemuir and Stirling Albion in the League Cup? They had a relatively easy League Cup group, yet they got 1 win out of 4 games, picking up a miserable 3 points. This is a team that a few years ago won the Scottish Cup and League Cup double. And now, I mean, they'll be lucky if they finish on double points. They'll be lucky if they finish on double figures this season. They really are a bad lot. And I think that we will have a win against them on opening day. Speaking of St Johnstone, speaking of form, speaking of not getting wins, that's what they got against us last season. 0 wins for St Johnstone in the 3 games that we played them. We beat them 3-0 at Tynecastle, followed by another pair of 3-2 victories. So 3 times we played the Saints, and we scored 9 goals against them, with 3 wins in all 3 games. So we have good form against St Johnstone. St Johnstone have shite form coming into this game. That all tells me that we should be winning, and I think we will win. Now, in terms of team news, Kyosuke Tagawa could make his debut for Hearts. I would love to see him in action. I'm excited to see him in action. I've no idea whether he's good. I've no idea whether he sucks. We just have to wait. We have to be patient. We just have to wait until the ball touches his feet on Saturday and see what he can do. But it's exciting. When you sign new players, don't get me wrong, you're nervous, you're excited. You just want them to be good. You just want the new players to come in and be good, because you know if they come in and if they're not good, if they suck, we're stuck with them, you know. If they could come in and be the worst football players you've ever seen, and you can't really do much. We've got them until January, and then in January, I mean, how much money can you really spend to replace them? So, I mean, it's massive when you bring in new players, man. The excitement, the buzz to find out if they're good or not. But I think they will be good. I think we've got pretty decent recruitment. I think over the past few years, the majority of the players that were brought in have been decent. And I think he will be decent as well. I'm really looking forward to seeing how he gets on. Now, I did get to check out the match against Leeds, where Ken and Neuenhoff were in action. I didn't really get to see that much of it though, and in reality we're against a Leeds side that were a lot better than us and were a lot more dominant than we were, so I don't think we really got a fair reflection of how our players would play against a team at a similar level. So I'm not going to read too much into the individual performances that we've seen against Leeds. Now, speaking of individuals, who could come back for Hearts in this game? Well, unfortunately, we're still without Craig Halkett. We're still without Craig Gordon. 2 Craigs that are vital for our club. 2 Craigs that I love at our club. And we need to wait a little bit longer until they come back. Someone that we don't have to wait on though is Lawrence Shankland, and again he has to be the main man for us up front this season. Last year I predicted he would get the 20 goals, and he did get the 20 goal mark. In fact, I believe he got 24 in all competitions. So let's hope Shankland can pick up this season where he left off last season. There is some speculation as well that Shankland might not even be a Hearts player come the end of this current transfer window. But you know what I'm going to say to that, guys? I'm going to say bullshit. And anyone who's interested in Lawrence Shankland, keep your dirty little paws off of him. He's a Jambo, and let's hope he remains a Jambo. As for St Johnstone though, who will they be featuring? Who will they be playing? Well, former Hearts man is in the St Johnstone team, and we will see Ryan McGowan, who I'm sure will feature for St Johnstone after arriving last summer. He was a big player for us before moving to Australia. At the time, I was sad to see Ryan McGowan go, but it doesn't look like his career really took off in the way he was probably expecting it to. Now he finds himself back in Scottish football, so it'll be interesting to see Ryan McGowan. I liked him as a Hearts player, but tomorrow, of course, he's a St Johnstone player, so I won't be liking him at all. Stevie May is expected to start up front for St Johnstone. He was their top goal scorer in the league last season, and he will probably be the main man that we need to look out for at this 3 o'clock kickoff game. Now, I think Stevie May's alright. I think Stevie May is a decent signing, but I don't think his career has went forward. You know, it's just sort of like stagnated. I mean, he's a decent striker for the Scottish Premiership, but that's all that he is. And I do think that St Johnstone are lacking up front, and I think we should be able to deal with them. And I'd be disappointed, guys, if we can't deal with them. I do believe they're going down. They've been shite so far in the Scottish League Cup, and if we can't take advantage of this, we've been pretty much handed, in my opinion, the easiest tie we could get. The only way it would be easier would be if we had home advantage, but you know, I think we should be beating St Johnstone, whether it be at home or away. Look, we're desperate to get third place back. We threw it away last season. I feel like that is why the season has almost felt longer than usual to restart, even though the break between last season and this season in terms of actual days isn't as long as it normally is, because last season we bottled third place. It does feel like it's been a lot longer. The wait, the anticipation to get back into action, trying to put things right, and we have a lot of things to put right. I mean, last season we should not have been thrown away for third place, but we did, and this season it's all about getting it back, and a good way to get it back is to start off with a good win against St Johnstone. Now, Frankie McAvoy was talking before the game. He said the following about St Johnstone, quote, "Going to McDiarmid Park is always a tough trip for any team. We're up against a side that's hungry to do well, as are we, and we'll be hoping to come out on top," end of quote. A very generic statement here. I was hoping for a wee bit more, I don't know, a wee bit more passion, a wee bit more enthusiasm, a wee bit more, I don't know, ambition here. I'm just not really seeing it for Frankie McAvoy. He's trying to make out as if it's a 50-50 game. I don't see that at all. St Johnstone have been struggling. I think we should go and try and add to their struggles. I think we should be adding to their misery, and I think we will add to their misery, guys. So it is going to be prediction time, although I will run through who I believe will start this game. Now, of course, it's difficult to actually give a starting lineup until the first couple of games. I know we've experimented in the transfer, not transfer window, but the summer break or whatever. But with the three managers, it's difficult to try and get a grip on who's going to do what. But in terms of what I'd like to see starting for us, I'd like to see us go with a 4-3-3, and I'd like to see Clark in nets, Atkinson right back, Kent and Rolls in the middle, Kingsley left back. In midfield, I'd like to see Neuenhoff, Devlin and Benenjami. I'd like to see that trio in there. And then up front, for me, it would be Oda, Shankland and the new boy Tagawa. That's what I would like to see. Whether that happens or not tomorrow, we do not know. We have to wait and see what the Three Stooges pick. So I'm still not convinced this three-way setup at the managerial position is going to work. I'm still a little disappointed at the selections that we made and the appointments that we put in place for this season, but I will back them. I'll give them a chance, and hopefully they can prove me wrong. I did predict Hartsfield to finish third, so I am giving them, credit. I am going to give them some belief here that they can turn it around and have a decent season for Hearts. But we'll see. We'll see tomorrow. I think we have to win. I'm going to go 2-0 Hearts. I think we'll beat St Johnstone. I think we should do it pretty comfortably. I expect a decent performance. Clean sheet would be nice. Couple of goals. Hopefully we can get some of the new boys off to a good start. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Hopefully find ourselves top of the table come the end of match day 1. But that's it, guys. I'll catch you for the review. Absolutely buzzing to get Scottish football back. Can't wait till 3 o'clock. And that's it. I'll catch you then. Till then, though. Peace.